I got asked about Clyde Drexler and Terry Porter because it never comes up about how they were as a backcourt, and also when they go into the finals run. And how did I feel? Terry Porter doesn't get his due near enough as a point, and the style and the point had changed dramatically and drastically. But he was a handful. He definitely paid his way. Obviously Clyde Drexler was a larger than life figure. And when you talk about the Mount Rushmore of trailblazers ever, he's there with Bill Walton and Damian Lillard. He's on there with that. He's still my favorite, most exciting Blazer player. I'll say that, and a nod to Brandon Roy too. But the Drexler Porter situation were led to three straight Western Conference Finals, two Finals appearances. They should have been three straight. I still, for the life of me, when Magic threw that ball down the court 91, to this day, I still amazed at how the Lakers beat Portland because I just didn't see it. I really didn't. But I think Rick Alderman, and I think when Scottie Pippen said that he thought of Portland as a dumb team, I think something was off because the talent was there. Jerome Kersey, and were a handful. Duckworth was always the one that, rest in peace, always caught the brunt by not being in the middle. But the Drexler Porter pairing was tough. Um, they played up. That Detroit series was pretty physical. It's just that um I want to say that, Isaiah and them got into another gear. There was obviously, back in the day, 5 on 5, there's always a matchup that you could exploit. That's when we talk about old school basketball, this is the geek comes out and the nerd and everything else. We used to talk about adjustments and lineups and mismatches. And that's what it came down to, two physically imposing and willed teams, but it comes down to structurally a weak link. Never heard too many people looked at Terry Porter as a weak link as a point guard. He led a nice tempo. Clyde was Clyde. And far as I'm concerned, that part of it was always intuitive instinct. I think what hurt Portland was not having the elephant in the room, was not being able to have an Arvita Sabonis. I really believe they'd have had a more dynamic low post presence, the straddle that bench, they could have won a chip. I really do. Because I thought Porter and Drexler were tight. I thought they worked out really well. It's a shame because Terry Porter doesn't get his due. People are kind of like play him off, or I don't know, they won't treat him like he's a buster or something, but he was legit. It's just that, you know, sometimes you lose to better teams, better situations, better, uh, you know, but it doesn't mean that you sucked, or that you were soft or nothing. It's just that sometimes they're better coaching and missing a piece. I think a guy like Porter would have had us a bonus to feed the low post. I think that's how you hurt a team. You know, that's how I look at it. You got to find a way to feed the monster, to feed the beast. You got to get the attack going. And I think that Terry Porter was very solid what he did. You know, he could definitely hold his own. Everybody gives how they all ride about John Stockton, and Stockton was bad, but Terry Porter was no buster. He wasn't less than, Thought him and Drexler were the truth. But again, there's so many things that have to go into how the team's concept, to get the balance, to get the full cadence, to make that thing click, to make that thing work. And sometimes you just don't get it. And it shows at the end of the day. And that's how sometimes teams come up kind of short, and they don't get the true talent. But I know a lot of people that like Terry Porter. He was tough. He definitely did. There were other guys who came through Portland that were skilled point guards. I mean, obviously, when they got Rod Strickland, but Terry Porter fit great with Clyde Drexler. You know, he fit great with him. And I might have had other point guards I like better, but see, people got to remember something. It ain't always about who's the best. It's about who's the best for your team, for your squad. That's what gets lost in translation. Sometimes you take very few guys know how to make it work on different squads. That's the gift that Shaquille O'Neal had. That's the gift that someone like a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had. That's the gift that Wilt Chamberlain had. That's the gift that I would say LeBron James had. That's the gift that I would, there's some guys that come to mind that you can take their skill set. Durant, to an extent, I can say Durant. The guys that can go elsewhere. and still, but again, there's not a lot that could do that because a lot of guys have to be restructured. And sometimes you got a guy, he just fits what you're doing. So, but anyway, please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another. Share it if you like it. Hit that membership because when you do request videos like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm a one-time peace.